There we are. Welcome, everyone. We are live on this most fantastic Tuesday. If I get the volume right, there you go. It's a glorious day, you know. It really is. Now, this topic this morning is right in your face. Everything is right in our faces, but we don't see it. The most powerful question that people ask is, well, who is God? Where is God? Why is God? How is God? In your face. In your face. You see, if you did not know the word God, if you didn't know that word, like most people don't, oh, in North America, we think we're the only ones on the planet. No, there are many more people on the planet that we don't even know of. We can't access them just yet. But rest assured, we all know, quote unquote, who and what God is. The great William Blake said, if you see the face of the bird, you see the flower. Now, I'm expanding on what he said because I don't remember it verbatim, but that's pretty much what he's telling you. Wherever you look, wherever you turn, the phenomena of God is there. You see, most people, Anjisu, welcome. See, most people, quote unquote, turn away from God because of an experience with the church or religion. That's the only reason why. Because whatever they were told was distorted. But no one has to tell you who and what God is. If you would just look in your own face, you wouldn't be able to help yourself from asking, how am I possible? How am I possible? Think about that for a moment. How am I possible? There are so many things that humanity can do. So many things that humanity can create. So many experiences that humanity can have. Perhaps if we explored that about ourselves. But you know what stops us? Experiences, fears, the opinions of others. But what if you were more driven by the curiosity of your very own existence? What if you were more curious about that than any fear there was, any pain there was, any trauma there was? What if you were more curious? Look at what we do when we go to quote unquote or per se therapy. We dig and we dig and we dig into our past to find out what would cause us to be and act the way that we presently do. What trauma could have occurred in our lives? That's what we look for. What if we looked for what made us great? What if we looked at that? What if we were more curious about that? Oh, Angela, nobody has time for that. What's the point? Well, I'm living, and what you're talking about doesn't have anything to do with living. But doesn't it? Does it not? Look at all of the fantastic things. You can name quite a few humans who've done incredible things. And some of them you cannot name because we don't know who they are. But you are one of those people who have greatness in their bosom, but we are not curious about it. And if we are curious about it, we want to figure out how to monetize our greatness. By monetizing your greatness, you cheapen it. Oh, you are taking that which is priceless. The most valuable thing in the world is you and what you bring to it, what you bring to the world. And it's right in your face. You don't have to go, you see, because people think, well, I got to try and figure out my purpose and my passion. No, you don't. You get up every day and you actually do it. But there's a part of you that suppresses it. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know the right people. I can't do that. I don't have enough money. I can't do that because I'm not as good as. But you know what will allow you to do it? Your curiosity and the excitement of it. Do you think any door would be closed to you? You know, I always mention Nikola Tesla because here we are on our devices. I've got 3 right now, streaming this information to you. And do you know he thought about this 150 years ago? Weren't we still burning candles 150 years ago? And here he is talking about Wi-Fi, wireless, the ether, being able to transmit information over long distances without wires is what he was talking about 150 years ago. But he laid the foundation. And now everything that we see so far technologically is built on what he conceived in his mind's eye. He didn't put a price on it, and he was laughed at for doing such a thing. Oh, but you could make billions on this. And he was like, what are billions compared to where this could go and take humanity? So you see, within you is this beautiful treasure. But we want to monetize the treasure. If you are curious enough about what is right in your face, nothing can stop you from accomplishing it, whether it be now or later. Is he alive right now in the flesh to experience the cell phone, the iPad, the tablet, AI? Is he alive to experience it? Nope. Not in the flesh. At least that we know of. But look at what we're doing. You see, he did not think of himself because he knew it wasn't just himself. And he knew it wasn't just himself, but it was himself. He knew that the entire planet could benefit. You see, that seed of greatness. Oh, but Angela, not everybody knows who he is. They may not know his name, but he is, he's not famous, he's infamous. Every time we plug in a device with alternating current, it is him to thank, Nikola Tesla. But he's not here, but he thought about way into the future and how man could benefit. So he used his gifts right where he was and what he had in his face. He used them. And even though he was ridiculed. So what are you suppressing today that could propel humanity forward? And it wasn't what he was curious about that corrupted humanity. Because look at how it has brought us together. Some in France, some in Italy, some in Barbados, in the US. Look at how we've come together over distance and time. And it wasn't a sacrifice for him. You see, we think of sacrifice as a bad thing. No, he loved what he did and he was curious about it. And so today there is something in you, right in your face, that if you would just get curious about it, you would make it happen. But I can't pay my bills with that, Angela. How do you know you cannot pay your bills with it? But you say, I have this thing and I must do it. So be encouraged on this glorious Tuesday. You don't have to go searching for that thing. It's in your bosom. Your bosom? Yes, your heartbeat. There's something that you do. Just get up and do it. Period. And you know that saying, where there is a will, there is a way. Do you understand what that means? Oh, my handsome boy is awake. That's my rooster. He's crowing. You see, where there is a will, there is a way. But do you know what it means? We just say it. But do you know what it means? Where there's a will means where there is a desire to do something, a way is always made. You don't make the way, your desire makes the way. Because what we cannot see with the naked eye is the movement of your desire, just like the wind. We know the wind is there because the trees move, the leaves. That's how we know the wind is there, and it moves wherever it will. So too for your desire. Your desire is your will. And when you have a desire, your desire makes the way of its own fulfillment. You and I, we get to hold on for the ride and enjoy it. But sometimes we try to force a thing to happen. All you and I can do is plant the seed. And then the thing happens because the seed is planted. Period. Nothing else. Now that you say period, that's exactly what happens. When you reach the peak or the zenith of the 28 days, right? Then it begins to wane. So you reach an ebb and then a flow. Ebb and flow. And for as much as we have tried to stop it or staunch its flow, we may delay it. We can circumvent it, but only for a time. If you stop circumventing it, it goes back to its natural way. So you don't have to force it. It starts when it is ready, and it stops when it is done. We just go along with it. So too is the rest of life. So that thing that is right in front of your face, or those things that are right in front of your face, in your bosom, they are there. They are there. And all you and I get to do is to be curious about it. Neville Goddard put it this way. He said to lust after it. Do you understand what that means? You want it so badly you'll stop at nothing. But here's the thing. It's not stopping at nothing because you're trying to make it happen or forcing it to happen or trying to bend someone to your will. That's not what lusting after something means. That is a distorted view of what lusting after something means because we only think of lust in terms of sex. But that's not what it means. Lusting after it, your passion for it is so intense that it is the only thing on your mind. And just by that thing being the only thing on your mind, you are calling it into being. All you're doing is calling it. And what does it do? It comes when you call it. It answers your call and propels you to follow through with the thing. But not in a way that hurts another or dominates another or brutalizes another. That is not what it does. It is the equivalent of the seed being planted. And it dies. But then the roots come out. The shoots come up above the ground. And it just grows and it blossoms. And then it emits the most beautiful fragrance. Unless, of course, it's the death flower, and then that's a whole other story. But it too has its own beauty. It too has its own beauty. Isn't it the corpse flower? Ugh. But it is a phenomenon unto itself. So you see, my beautiful friends, you don't have to force a thing to happen. Not in the least bit. You just have to want it. But not want as in possess it, own it. No. Want to experience it. Whether you sing or you dance. Listen, I was looking at the moon last night. And I had this burning desire that I suppressed. But I had the desire nonetheless to get out my pencil crayons and draw what I saw. I don't draw. That is not my personality. I am no artist. I've never been moved by charcoals and watercolor and crayons. Ever. But I wanted to. This is not the first time I've wanted to. Perhaps the next time I won't suppress it. Who knows? Maybe there's a Van Gogh waiting to be birthed within me. Who knows? But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The dollar store sells them for $1.25, little wax crayons. Maybe that's what I'll do. But you don't know until you follow through with the thing that is right in front of your face, is what I'm trying to tell you. But we suppress it for all these reasons. Oh, I can't. I don't know how. You don't have to know how. The blueprint is there. Trace it. I did it once with pansies in the garden. Most beautiful thing I've ever drawn in my life. Only thing I've ever drawn in my life. But I haven't followed through with that desire ever since. And all I did was watch that flower and moved my hand to match every curve. And what does that tell you? That there is a blueprint for living. Mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. Vibration. Everything moves. Nothing stands still. And we move between two poles. The pole of where you are and the pole of where you're going. You are moving always between those two poles. And as you move between those two poles, you create a rhythm, an ebb and a flow. And every cause has its effect, and every effect its cause. A projection, which is masculine, of your desire. And the acceptance of that projection, which is feminine. That is the pattern for living. All things follow that pattern. And all we get to do is to go with it, to go with that flow of the pattern, to know that what you say you are, because you are aware that you exist. But what are you? What do you say that you are? I am. And whatever you say you are, well, then you have to be. So why not make it the best? See, it is right in your face. I was supposed to bring my bowl down this morning. But I did not. It's in the back of the closet. Because it is crystal and I don't want to break it. So it's, but I do have it recorded. So we're going to play the bowl on the system this morning, and I trust that we can hear it better today. But as you hear the bowl and possible bird song, I think he's taking a break at the moment from his crowing, as some of you wish I would. But alas, I must do what I must. He has to crow early morning, and I have to speak. When you hear it this morning, be honest with yourself. What part of you are you hiding from the world? You think because you hide it, it will go away? Listen, it is only beautiful. Because that which is beautiful does not convince you to hurt George, hurt Susan. No, it never does that. Never, ever will it tell you that, because that is not what it does. It says to you, look at the beauty within. You create such beautiful works of art. And when you create such beautiful things, it only adds to life by bringing the beauty out of others that it comes into contact with. That is what it does. So today, what is that thing that's in your face that you keep running, running, and running, running from? What is it? Ponder it in these 4 minutes of silence. Ponder it. Let me get the bowl, or the recording of the bowl, I should say. You hear it. When you hear it, what is that thing? countdown. Wait, I didn't say hello to anybody today. Oh my God, how rude. Ooh, look at Hilarion. Hi, sweetie. We're just done right now. Oh my word. I was so caught up. I did not take an opportunity to welcome everyone. Hilarion, I see you. I see you. Wisdom Almighty 69, I see you. The Better Man, I see you too. Fanbase, who's here? Big Mike is in the house. Big Mike. Honey, KZ is here. CM, Happy, Miss McQueen, and Danny K. Welcome to the space, everybody. Thank you all for being here on this glorious day. Really and truly, thank you for being here. Fanbase, you hang on. You know, we spend a couple more moments together before I go. Yeah. So tonight, I don't remember what the name of the bedtime lecture is, but it is at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to fall asleep with us. Right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Fanbase. But yes, let us go out into the world today. And that thing that is right in your face, that beautiful thing that you are, that you keep trying to hide and not share with the world because you can't figure out how to monetize it. Don't figure out how to monetize it, just do it. And the scripture reminds us, a man's gifts make room for him and brings him before great men. A man's what? A man does not make way for him. A man's gifts makes way for him and brings him before great men. It is the gift, not you and how much hard work you can do. It is the gift. But what does that mean? The gift is the thing that has its own way of fulfilling itself. It just simply needs to be activated. And how do you activate your gift? Use it. The simplest of things, is it not? Anywho, Fanbase, I'm coming. But Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, I will catch y'all later. But listen, if you want to hang out with us for a little bit extra time, download the Fanbase app. Listen, Fanbase app is great stuff. Whatever you can do on all the other platforms, you can do on Fanbase. You can go live, you can stream, you can post your videos, long form, short form, and the best part, you can talk to one another. That's the best part. So check it out. In my Linktree in the video, in my YouTube and Facebook, my Linktree video says, join me on Fanbase. Click it and see what happens. But even if you don't want to download the app, I am sure somebody in the space right now, can I do it without crashing my room? Hang on. Can somebody tweet it out for me? If you have Twitter or whatever the case may be, can somebody share the room? If you can share the room through the web, you can just listen on the web. You don't have to download the app, but you can listen on the web. Oh, fancy that. Anyhow, just thought I'd tell you that. All right, y'alls. I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love to each and every one of you. And remember, it is in your face. Just activate it. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.